morning, Chris Selvey here, bringing you the word of encouragement for today, March 15th. Bringing that out of the Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2 and 3. Let me read that. I'll make a few comments this morning. But in these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom also he made the universe. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. This morning, the writer of the Hebrews is writing to believers of his day, and he wants them to know that Jesus the Son, El Rey the King, is all powerful, more powerful than any person, than any priest, than even the angels that have ever existed. And so he begins his letter with some interesting words. He says that the Son has created all things in the universe. Nothing in the universe is created except that the Son is behind it. And then he says that the Son is the radiance of God's glory. You know that radiance is a word. He's chosen a word that means a beam of light. A beam of light. I'll come back to that. Hang on to that. And then he says that the Son, El Rey, sustains all things in the universe by his powerful word. Not hand, but word, which is interesting. He's got to be harkening back to Genesis. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." You know, when we read words like universe, beam of light, power, sustaining, what do you think of? I do as well. The Son, S-U-N, the Son. I'm sitting in my front room, in our living room. You see a little bit of light over my shoulder here, and that's the sunrise coming up. I timed this so the sunrise would come up, and through this window, I have my quiet times. I can see the sun come up, and the consistency of that sunrise reminds me of God's faithfulness. The warmth that I feel from the rays reminds me that Jesus, El Rey, the King, heals and restores. The expanse of the universe, when I contemplate it, reminds me that his ways are beyond mine, and I'll never understand, and that's all right. And outside this window as well, I have a tree. I planted it when I battled some cancer so many years ago. I call it my life tree because it blossoms and buds every year, and it reminds me that God sustains all things living. It is him that sustains it. He is our Lord and King, a powerful King. So be reminded of that today when you glance at the sun, when you feel its warmth. If the sun sustains all of that, the sun will sustain you and I.